How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a Rasmussen poll that shows tremendous support from the black community for President Donald Trump. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, ABL, polls aren't everything. We saw what happened in 2016. All the polls said that Trump was going to lose. Hillary Clinton was going to stop him in the wine. 98% chance of her winning. I remember that. I know all of that. I'll address that in a minute. Y'all just hang tight. Let's talk about this poll right quick so you understand why I'm excited. Now, I'll go ahead and place that on the screen before you and also in the description box below so you can see it for yourself beyond this video. But this is a national daily black likely voter job approval rating for the president. What they did was poll 500 people a night. Now, I'm not sure if everybody was black or what, but 500 people a night. And this is what they got from that particular poll. Now, the first day they did the poll was Monday, October the 19th, and they had a 25% approval rating from the black community for Donald Trump. That's kind of low, but it's kind of high, and I'll explain why that is. Then Tuesday, it was 24%, Wednesday, 31%, Thursday, 37%, and Friday, it hit 46%. That is an outrageous number. You're talking about almost half and nearly double what it was on that Monday. And all of the numbers, even the lowest one on Tuesday, is still higher than the national average for the past 20 years from the black community. Understand this, since the year 2000, so this is including the Obama years, including the pre and post Obama years, the Republican Party averaged 8% from the black community as far as the vote. 8%, that's it. Over 90% for Democrats. So to get even the lowest, 24%, is crazy. Now, do I think you're going to have 46% of black folks that go out there and vote for Trump? I don't think so. I would love for that to be the case. Let's get 100%. I'd love for that to be the case, but I got to be realistic, okay? To get even 50% is just, to get 50% would be mission accomplished for me, okay? If we can get 50% Democrat, 50% Republican, I'd be cool with that. Totally fine, because that shows more voter parity, more independent thinking, and more diversity within the black community, rather than having 90% for one party over and over with nothing to show for it. If we got half and half, that'd make more sense. All right, we're not quite there yet, but I do think we've made some tremendous improvements. I think we'll cross the 20 to 25% mark, and that is game over for the Democrats. Because remember, Trump won in 2016 with only 8% of the black vote. So imagine if he gets 20 to 25% of the black vote. Okay, first of all, you're talking about like almost triple right there. All right, 24, 25%. You're talking about triple what it was before. And beyond that, the black vote is in a lot of these liberal Democrat areas. Some areas that were decided by a slim margin, that margin would be erased if you had more of our vote in these areas. All right. A lot of these strongholds that are kind of hard to break through, or some of them that are kind of purpley, you get that black vote to shoot over 24%, 25%, 30%. It's a wrap. The Democrats would be finished on a national stage for an extended period of time. And I think the Democrats know this. They see the writing on the wall, which is why they're trying to really favor the illegal aliens and give them amnesty. Because the thought process is, okay, if we can get more illegal aliens in here and not only get them in here, but have them think that we are the reason why they can do anything. So they're going to feel like they're loyal to us. We're going to bring them in, give them amnesty, and they're going to know the Democrats did it. Without the Democrats, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing. I could not be a citizen. I could not be here safe from deportation and whatnot. Okay, so they're counting on that. They're already kind of doing this in California. I think it's in San Francisco, where they're letting people who are not citizens vote in certain elections. All right, now it's not necessarily illegal aliens. It's just non-citizens. Like if you're here on a green card, you're not a citizen, but you're not here illegally. You're here as a legal resident. Same thing with the H-1B, H-2B. You're not a citizen, but you're also not illegal. So they want some of them to come out there and vote. And it wouldn't be a far cry to say, okay, you can just be quote unquote undocumented. You see how they use language? If you're documented and you're not a citizen, you're here legally. If you are not documented, then you're illegal. They'll just soften it up by saying, oh, he doesn't have the paperwork, things didn't really go through, rather than calling you an illegal alien, which is the appropriate term. But I digress. The whole point is that they're trying to replace the black community, a Democratic part of that is, with the illegal alien coming from south of the border and other parts of the world, because they know that they cannot rely upon us anymore on a national stage. Now, can they rely upon us on the state to state level? Yes. For like small elections, sure. Now, I want that to not be the case anymore either. But I think for the time being right now, on a national level, the lights are dimming and they're about to be cut off. Okay, they're about to evict the people and throw all the stuff down the stairs. That's kind of what's going on. It won't be any more Democrat presidents if this whole trend continues. And I think that it will. Like I said, the polls aren't everything. Look at what's happening in the streets. Okay, you got Blexit, Black Voices for Trump, Walk Away, and then you have all these individual movements, marches and rallies and whatnot filled with all kind of Americans from all different backgrounds. Okay, it's not even the race thing anymore. I feel like the MAGA movement, the Trump movement is way beyond Trump. It's about all of us coming together as Americans, as people. And the race thing is becoming less relevant, less important than it was before this election. In my humble opinion, the left will have you believe that Trump is stoking racial animosity and xenophobia, homophobia, all the obics, opes, and this. But in reality, he's kind of like washing that away. Okay. And like I said, it's not even really about Trump anymore. It's about the movement that has gone way beyond Trump. It's about kind of a unity movement. It's almost like Woodstock, but without all the drug using and crazy stuff. The straight edge culture is coming back. People are becoming more conservative socially and more traditional. That is becoming kind of a counterculture, and it's becoming cool. So a lot of the young kids are doing it, which is what I like. Shout out to everybody that was in Phoenix with us in 2018 at the Black Influencer Retreat. I think Brandon wanted us to tell, a little bit about ourselves at a table. And I think that what I said was, I may be ill, whatever. I'm from X, Y, and Z place. And I want to see more of us, more black conservatives, to have it be less of a novelty when somebody like me exists. And I think that we're seeing a lot more of that. When I started on YouTube, I was looking for a guy like me. Somebody that kind of came from my kind of environment, that understood what I was going through as far as dealing with family members. Oh, you black, you can't be conservative, and dealing with friends and dealing with just society, people on the left that don't want to accept you because you're black and you're conservative. I was looking for that kind of person in 2015 when I came out. But now that's happening a lot, and I love it. We need more. I say everybody come out and spread your voice, because if there's a lot of us out here saying this, then the weapon that they try to use against us on the right, which is very effective, unfortunately, that the whole idea of racism and white supremacy, stuff like that, it becomes ridiculous. When you see these crazy leftists with a head full of just ridiculousness and just, ridiculous facial features, when they're screeching on a guy like me, calling me the N-word, calling me a coon, Uncle Tom, sellout, saying they hate me because I'm black and I'm conservative and I got the biggest nose in the world. When you're hearing the outright racism from the leftists, most of whom are white, that are in these Antifa type and BLM type groups, people are going to say, hey, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I was told that the conservatives are the racists, that you had racist Trump supporters, but I don't see that from the Trump supporters or the conservatives or anybody on the right. I see it coming from the left. People that are not engaged in that immediate fight are going to view the fight from the outside, and then they're making an assertion about who's right, who's wrong. They make a moral judgment, and that moral judgment may carry with them when they go to the voting booth. And I'm seeing a lot more of that. Like I said, when I started, there was not a lot of guys like me, and I wanted it to be more guys like me. There were a few of us out there, but I thought that it wasn't enough. And now we're out here in droves. We went to the march in DC over the weekend, a couple weekends ago, and it was like 2,000 of us, mostly black and Hispanic, out there supporting the president, supporting police. Everybody straight edge, no fussing, no cussing, none of that was going on. It was all love and it was all good. I want to see more of that rather than the BLM and Antifa destructive so-called protests that burn cities to the ground. When I'm out there marching, I'm out there with a good purpose, and I'm coming in good faith to a particular place. I don't come to sow seeds of discord or hatred or anything like that. I'm trying to get us all on one accord. And I think the poll just kind of reflects what's happening in the street. You got to see what's happening in the street first, okay? If a poll is saying that Trump's going to lose and he has no chance, yet they have all these rallies all over the place that are just, spontaneous, done by guys locally. Here's a good example as I close. You may see a poll that says Trump is losing by 10 points in Tennessee. I mean, first of all, it doesn't make any sense. But beyond that, if you're seeing all these spontaneous Trump rallies every single weekend all over the state, you see Trump signs everywhere. You got guys that are just out there with a flag randomly on the street corner all the time. When you seeing that kind of stuff all around you and all around the whole state, not just in your particular city in the state, but all over the state, you got to think, well, maybe the poll is wrong. So when I see a poll that says 25%, 35% support from the black community for the president, it's kind of close to being right because of all of what I see out in the street. Not just where I live, but all over the whole country. I'm seeing this happening. They had a Trump rally in Beverly Hills, California. Beverly Hills. So imagine what it's like in North Georgia or Florida, Alabama, Texas, Virginia, Mississippi, Nevada, Arizona, Idaho, South Dakota. Nope. Imagine what it's like all over the country, and imagine what it's like in the places where you got BLM tearing stuff up. Imagine Pennsylvania right now when Biden came out and said we're going to kill fracking and kill oil, kill energy, which is what a big part of the state relies on. And you got the BLM riots that the mayor is calling the peaceful protests. Imagine what the regular person is thinking. Why would I vote for 4 more years of people that support stuff like this? It makes no sense at all. And then to top it on off, as I close through this time, you got Joe Biden talking about, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Poor kids, just as smart as white kids. I know what it's like to be black in Wilmington with roaches, and I got hairy legs. It's like, well, wait a minute. I'm being insulted by the Democratic presidential nominee. I'm not going to vote for him. Okay. Trump is actually doing things for the black community. You got the First Step Act, the Platinum Plan, funding HBCUs, helping black businesses grow, funding the police to give the black community more safety. He's doing things for the black community. He's meeting with Ice Cube. He's meeting with whoever wants to meet with him. It don't even really matter who you are. What does Biden say? Wait till after the election. I don't care about what you're saying. Look, how about this? I don't care about no black plan, no contract, black. I don't care about that. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's pretty much what he says. And if you don't want that to be your president, then you might go a different direction. So I think the polls do have some relevance based upon evidence that I see out in the street, not just the poll itself. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Trump will get a large piece of the black vote this time? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or will he not get a large piece? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. I think Trump will get 20% of the black male vote. In 2016, a poll came out, I think it was the exit poll, and it said that Trump got 20% of the black male vote from black males under the age of 30. And that was in 2016. And I think black support has most certainly improved under Trump. Okay, even black liberals that don't even like Trump, even a guy like Snoop had to respect Ice Cube for dealing with the administration. And that wouldn't have been the case, I think, 3-4 years ago. You're starting to see the tide turn as far as the black vote goes. And I think you're going to see a continual, change in direction as the years progress. Will it be an overnight thing, go from 90% for the past 40 years to now 50%? It's going to take time. Rome was not built in a day. Keep your foot on the gas, keep this whole thing going, and we'll turn it around for sure. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.